I handed my wife $4,000 last week. The whole paycheck. Didn't take a dime out for myself. I thought she'd be excited. Proud, maybe. Something. She looked at the money, looked at me, and just said, "Oh." And that was it. Just, "Oh." I got a contract job a few weeks back, and I didn't tell her about it. I know that sounds weird, but I had my reasons. Every time I've told her about an opportunity before it happened, I could see this little spark of hope in her eyes. And then when things didn't work out, I'd watch that hope die. And I couldn't do that to her again. Couldn't give her another reason to be disappointed in me. So I kept quiet, did the work. And when the check cleared, I brought it straight home. 4,000 beautiful American dollars. That's not life-changing money, I know that. But for us right now, it's something. It's breathing room. It's proof that I can still contribute. One of my wife's favorite moments is after having a shower at night, so I planned around that. I walked into the room and waited for her to finish. And God, she still takes my breath away every time she steps out of that bathroom. I had this perfect moment planned out in my head, with excitement, like a guy planning a surprise proposal for his girlfriend. As she sat down to apply her lip balm, I pulled the cash out of my pocket and set it on the counter next to her. I told her it was from a job I finished, and that it was all hers, every cent of it. And I stood there waiting for her reaction, like when you give someone a gift you're really proud of and you want to see their face light up. But she just glanced at it, then at me, and said, "Oh," in this flat voice like I'd just told her I picked up milk from the store. No excitement, no congratulations, no acknowledgement that I'd actually done something. The least I expected was for her to ask me where I got the money from, how I got it, something. But instead, she picked up the money, put it in her purse, and placed it next to her work bag. I stood there for a minute longer, thinking maybe she didn't understand. Maybe I needed to explain it better. But then I realized she understood perfectly fine. She just didn't care. My father used to bring his paycheck home every 2 weeks, like clockwork. He'd hand it to my mother, and she'd nod to the transaction of survival. I remember watching that as a kid, and thinking how sad it was, how mechanical their marriage had become. My father either came home exhausted or excited, and my mother treated his paycheck like it was just expected, like he wasn't doing anything special. He never said anything about it, just kept bringing home the money and kept getting that same treat. I'm 33 now, and last week I became him. I brought home money for the first time in I don't even know how long, hoping it would mean something, hoping she'd see me differently for just a moment. But I got the same response my father got. Just, "Oh," instead of a nod. But it means the same thing. It means you're just doing what you're supposed to do. There's nothing special about it. Don't expect applause for being a functional adult. And maybe they're right. Maybe I shouldn't expect excitement for doing what I should have been doing all along. Here's what really hurt, though. It wasn't just that she wasn't excited, it's that she didn't even seem relieved. 4,000 good old American dollars should have meant something to her, should have taken some weight off her shoulders. But she looked at that money like it was too little too late, like I'd shown up to a fire with a cup of water. And maybe I did. Maybe $4,000 doesn't erase months of me not contributing, doesn't fix the fact that she's been carrying us alone. But I needed her to see that I tried. I needed her to acknowledge that I went out and did something. That I proved I'm not completely useless. Instead, I got, "Oh," and silence. And it made me feel smaller than if I'd never earned the money at all. Because now I know that even when I do manage to contribute, it doesn't change how she sees me. I'm still the broke husband who can't provide. I'm still the disappointment. And the worst part is, I can't even be mad at her. She's been holding us down financially for so long that $4,000 probably feels like nothing compared to what she's been carrying. Maybe she's just exhausted. Maybe she's out of reactions. Maybe she's given up on expecting anything from me. I don't know which one of those is worse, but they all feel like the same thing. They all feel like I've already lost, and nothing I would do will mean anything. I wanted that moment to matter, you know? I wanted to feel like a provider again, like a man who contributes to his home. I wanted her to look at me the way she used to, before everything fell apart, before our roles reversed. But $4,000 didn't buy that back. It didn't change anything. And now I'm sitting here wondering if anything I do will ever be enough, or if I've already crossed some invisible line where nothing matters anymore. If you've ever brought home money after a long drought and didn't get the reaction you hoped for, if you've ever felt like your contributions don't count because they came too late or weren't big enough, if you've ever realized that even your wins feel like losses, you're not alone. I thought providing would make me feel like a man again. Instead, it just reminded me how far I've fallen and how hard it is to climb back up. Nobody tells you that sometimes the hardest part isn't the struggle itself. It's when you finally do something right and it still doesn't matter. My father lived his whole life chasing approval that never came, bringing home paychecks that were expected but never celebrated. I watched him do that and swore I'd be different. But here I am, handing over money and getting, "Oh," in return. Maybe the cycle isn't just about being broke. Maybe it's about being unseen, even when you're standing right there. I don't have advice on how to fix this. I'm still trying to figure out if it can be fixed. But I know what it feels like to give everything you have and watch it disappear into the void like it was nothing. And if that's where you are right now, just know somebody else is there too. I'm Dad alone. Still here. See you next week.